Hey everyone, ArdrethShadow here, and welcome back to Doki Blue Skies. So previously, we just went through everyone's poems, we had some wacky shenanigans with Sayori, the festival's coming up, and we're gonna have more ludicrous speed. I think this is where we make the big decision here. So if we can just move along, and alright, here we go. So obviously, well, I'm gonna get the notebook. So weekend with Sayori. And considering this was not in the original game, since she didn't really have any sort of event like this is gonna be entirely brand new to me. Okay. Hey Sayori. It's been a while since we've hung out together, hasn't it? It'll be a lot of fun making these goodie bags, I reckon. I reckon they might be. Mind if I give you a hand with them? She doesn't look quite as happy as I hoped she would be. Are you sure? I wouldn't want to bore you. How would you do that? Plus, it really isn't that much work. The others have a lot more to do, so I'm sure they'll get a lot more out of your help than I would. Okay. Well, let's see how this turns out then. I exchange looks with Yuri, Natsuki, and Monika. None of us really know how to react. Yeah, how do you react to this? It's okay, Sayori, really. It's no problem. I work well alone. It wouldn't cause any hassle. Yeah, relax. I baked loads of cupcakes before, remember? This'll be a walk in the park. Sayori, no matter who we picked, the outcome would pretty much be the same. What are you talking about? No, it wouldn't. This is the choice that will change our lives forever. Well, one of many choices that will change our lives forever. We've all got work to do. Our tasks are all equally important in making sure the festival runs smoothly. Don't feel bad about it. Daniel chose you himself, if that's what he wants to do. Besides, it's good that he's going to be with you, because we need someone who can keep you from eating all the candies. That's true. I need to be your keeper. Wah! Hey! Kidding. Seriously, enjoy yourself, guys. You two will have a lot of fun. I can sense it. Monika, no. Stop thinking whatever you're thinking right now. Sayori still doesn't look overly convinced, but she smiles and nods at us. Am I really that much of a burden to work with? Why do you hate me? Why do you all hate me? Well, you don't hate me. I know you secretly do, and you make it so painstakingly obvious. But my best friend? Why? No, Daniel, don't think like that. It's just because she's got something bothering her, that's all. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how this is gonna work out at all. Okay, well, that's settled then. Well, this time you can't escape from me. Everyone knows what they're doing, and Daniel is going to be helping Sayori. I think that's everything sorted then. I'll see everyone on Monday, and don't forget to practice your poems. It'll be fun, guys, I promise. Lies! Lies! Natsuki rolls her eyes as she leaves the room, Yuri and Monika in tow. As she passes by the door, Monika turns to us. No! Stop! Take care of yourself, Sayori. Okay, well, I doubt you actually have your god powers in this universe. So you better not do anything funny to her, because I'm watching you. She gives her a gentle smile. As long as you're actually genuinely concerned for her health and well-being, then we're all good here. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm curious. But it's best not to ask. Their business, after all. Ah, yes. They were talking about this kind of thing before, I believe. Ready to walk home again? Sure, let's go. Ha! Now you have to walk home with me! So, I was thinking about tomorrow. We'll probably have to head to town to grab the supplies for the goodie bags. Is that okay with you? That's fine. What time should I meet you? And where? We can meet at my place. Also, seeing as we have a lot of work to do, let's make it bright and early. So as much as I hate mornings, you have to wake up too. I know we have a big day ahead of us, but could we not make it too early? Still a bit lazy, I see. She doesn't smile at the lighthearted job. Aww. Strange. I thought she'd bounce it off and call me a meanie or stick her tongue out at me. With that look on her face. Oh, damn it. No, it's just I guess I'm not an early riser. No worries. I guess if we both got on with it, we could get everything finished earlier than I imagined. Would 11 a.m. be okay? Yeah, I can work with that. Guess it means I get a lie-in as well. Thank you. Anyway, there's a few shops we can go to in town. I think we'll need to go to the arts and crafts store, along with the sweets one. Yeah, sounds good to me. You have my number, right? So you can call me, maybe. Just text me if there's any changes to our plans. Otherwise, I'll see you on Sunday at 11. Huh? So are you skipping from Friday to Sunday? I don't know. Okay. We turn to walk off to our houses. Okay, I know that I'm being a little, but it's just kind of weird to me. See you on Monday. Their business. Tomorrow. Yeah, well, I guess it's best to not think about it too much. We turn to walk off to our houses. Oh, and Daniel? Yeah? I'm sorry about how I've been acting today. I promise you I'll be fine tomorrow. Okay, well, today has been a strange day. Just when I thought I was getting closer with Sayori, she doesn't want me around anymore. It makes me think, are any of the other girls harboring some sort of hidden side to them? No, I wonder. Well, obviously that's the whole gist of this game. And yeah, even Monica, who unfortunately... Yeah, well, we all know how that went. I'm sorry, but... Yeah, I am just kind of disappointed from reading the story notes. Like, wow, they actually had something kind of good here, and I would have loved to have seen that. Especially since it humanizes Monica a bit, so she's not just this enigma, sort of. It actually gives her, like, a backstory, her family, and her motivations to why she strives to be a star student, versus in the original DDLC, she's a star student and you just accept that. And then, well, the Purist mod is the only other one I played, and likewise the same kind of thing. Except in that one, Monica was very self-aware, so we didn't have it like this where she's actually going along with everything like a normal sort of universe. She's not self-aware, I don't think so. She's just going along with her life, and yeah. Who knows? Who knows? I think you know! Alright. Well, I guess now we just have to do nothing of any importance until the day has come. The day has come. It's already Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Monster Truck Rally. Knowing that I'll be spending a day alone with Sayori is kind of weird. Not in a bad way or anything. It's just been a long, long time since we've had a day out together with just the two of us. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Still, I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to this. Okay, I can bring that back now. So that wasn't the last time I'd ever get to say it. I just hope whatever was bugging her on Friday is gone. It was really hard seeing her like that. I know. Sort of like how, to me, it was kind of hard seeing Maggie be kind of sad and just not herself. And how powerless you feel because you don't know what to do, and, well, in most cases, there's really nothing you can do other than tell them that you're going to support and love them. I shake my head. No, it's a new day today. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. And da-da-da-da-da, and yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. It'll be much better. So exactly, don't stop thinking about tomorrow and just let yesterday get left in the dust. As my mind drifts while I wait for her, I subconsciously recall a memory from a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. No. Our parents took us to a fair that came to town. Oh boy! We must have been around 11. I managed to win Sayori a giant cuddly cow plushie in one of those shooting minigame things. Okay, so now we know the origin of the giant cow plush thingy that Sayori has in her room, according to this universe. Well, actually, my dad did. I couldn't aim for my life. That's when I realized that video games don't train you to shoot in real life. I smile at the memory. Does she remember it as well? Well, if you were to ever set foot into her room, you'll see that the cow is there. The buzzing of the doorbell brings me back to the present. Most likely it's Sayori. Or the neighborhood prowler. There was no ding-dong. Yep, there she is. She's gone for a pretty casual outfit. It's simple, but works really well on her. Hi, Daniel. Ready to go then? Hey, Sure I am. Let's get going. I gently close the door behind me and we step out into the street. It's a bright sunny day, not too hot, and there's a gentle breeze. Perfect. So, where are we going first then? Well, I made a list of all the stuff that we'll need, so that'll be a big help. I fish out a small sheet of paper from my pocket. On it, I've written what we need and where to get the items from. So we need bookmarks, some sweets, ribbon, and some gift bags. To be honest, I have no idea where we can get the gift bags and the ribbon. I was planning to go to the arts and crafts store in town, but apparently they shut it down recently. Well, that's a bummer. Are we going to end up going to the school like we did with Yuri? Oh, really? That's okay. I actually have some gift bags and ribbon at home. How convenient. Thank God, that's pretty convenient. You should have mentioned it yesterday, though. What the heck were you doing yesterday? Sorry. I must have forgot. Well, no. Actually, both of you, what the heck were you doing yesterday? Nah, it's okay. I'm curious why you have those two things, though. What do you use it for? To play games. Oh, I don't use them or anything. They're a leftover from a birthday party I had years ago. I think it was my 10th one? Huh. You remember it, right? She looks at me with puppy dog eyes, and I hasten to try and recall. Oh no! Something about you getting cake all over your face, right? No, that was my 8th birthday. Hey, you did it too! So grumpy. I laugh as I realize I can't claim innocence here. Your hands are just as dirty. Or caked up. Guilty as charged. Well, with those 2 items down, we just have to go to visit the bookstore and the supermarket. Which one are we going to first? Let's start with the bookstore. It's closer. Whatever you say. As we walk, I notice Sayori humming contentedly, a slight skip in her step. I forgot how adorable she could be. Always so cheery. It's like she lives in her own little world. It's her world, we're just living in it, right? She looks like she's back to normal again. To say I'm relieved would be an understatement. Almost like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And you know, funny thing, you know how sometimes when you start the game and it has like some random quote there? The one I had said, "You will carry that weight." And now that I see this, I'm like, what? Hey Sayori, you look like you're in a much better mood today. Of course! I said I'd be fine today, remember? So here I am. It's a relief to see you back to your normal self. You really had me worried on Friday. No need to worry about me, silly. It's just like the blue-haired girl says. Okay, well. Have you been anyway? Good, good. Never thought I'd be writing poems in my free time, but hey. It's a real change of pace from what I'm used to. But I'm not complaining. Sayori giggles. So happy. What? Do you also think I'm an idiot? Oh, nothing. I just didn't see you as the poetic type, that's all. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, those video games, I guess. You really got into them over the past few years. I shift uncontrollably. I feel like this is a reference to us drifting. After all, she's not wrong. As I became more reclusive, I turned to gaming as an escape. Well, truth be told, I didn't really think I was a poet either. I guess I never realized how much I enjoy literature. I shrug off the comment about gaming. Yeah, let's not think about that right now. I want to enjoy today, after all. Yesterday's gone, remember? I mean, Yuri showed me this really cool book. Well, maybe not cool, but it was pretty interesting. Something about a girl who escapes from this weird human experimentation prison, and all sorts of horrible stuff happens to her. So, yeah, Portrait of Markov. Sayori pouts, looking very disapproving. I am very disappointed in you, Daniel. Why are you disappointed in me? I don't like the sound of that at all. Well, if Project Libitina ever happened, you'd kind of be living in that sort of world. Assuming what all the theories said about Project Libitina was correct. Sounds really scary. I'd hate to live in a world where horrible stuff like that happened to me. Well, then you would definitely hate the main universe, that's for sure. Well, it looks like Sayori's wonderful innocence never went anywhere. I'd hate for anything bad to happen to you too, Sayori. I'd never let it happen. Ugh, jeez. Well, in that case, you better make sure I'm holding you to it. Because if I see what I had to see 3 years ago, I'm never going to forgive you. Which will make playing as you very, very difficult for me. You're so sweet, Daniel. You know that? I used to be protective of Sayori when we were kids. Guess not much has changed, even after so much time apart. Hey, it's the bookstore that looks like a library. I hadn't even realized we made it to the bookstore already. As it turns out, the bookstore is actually in a library. Okay, well that answers that. It's pretty small, but after glancing around, it seems to have everything we need. Alright, here we are. Let's see what they have. I make a beeline for a rack of shelves carrying a nice variety of bookmarks that include all different colors and sizes. Sayori wanders over, her eyes wide at all of the choices. Oh, so many to choose from. Yep, who would have guessed there was such a demand for bookmarks of all things? This blue one is really nice. Because it's beautiful like your eyes? I look over, slightly wearily. I forgot how excitable she could be. It's a bookmark with a blue koala. Who makes a bookmark with a blue koala? I don't know. Maybe the same people who make a purple hippopotamus? Sayori seems to love it though. Before I even get to say anything, she starts gushing over another bookmark. Look at this red one! It's got a red ribbon shape on it, just like mine! Well, at least this one is a bit more justifiable. Look at these, Daniel! They've got little puns on them! What? What are they? Are you gonna tell me what they are? Sure enough, there's a row of little bookmarks, bearing a picture of objects with puns related to them. An apple with the quote, "You are the apple of my eye." A cutesy, smiling cartoon bacon with words like, "I like you more than bacon." Oh yeah, well Yoda's walking stick is better than bacon. Okay, that one actually kind of made me laugh. I'll admit, I like the bacon one. The apple one's too cheesy though. Kind of reminds me of this magnet thing that I found that reminded me of Maggie. She's a big fan of bunnies, right? So I found this magnet that said, "You are some bunny special." And it has like these two bunnies on it. Well, I took a picture and, well, at least I think I showed her a picture of it. I don't remember. But yeah, it's like, I could not help but just think about her. I guess you could say that whenever I see bunnies, I always think about her since she loved them so much. Her face is all scrunched up, trying to decide which bookmarks to get. For the gift bags or for herself? Probably better off just getting these plain ones, Sayori. These are just for strangers coming to view our performances. And the peanut gallery. So we don't need to spend any extra money on them. No point in getting these cutesy punny ones. Aww. Well, why don't you let her get one for herself or something? No fun. Hey, I'll get you the donut one though. What's the donut one? The donut one has a smiley donut with the words, "Donut, you know how amazing you are?" Oh, really? Thank you. I love it. It's not hard to make Sayori smile. In the end, we went for a pack of plain, colorful bookmarks. They get the job done, right? Yeah, exactly. We don't need something extravagant. I think Sayori forgets that not everyone is into the stuff she's into. Now with the bookmarks out of the way, we wander over to the supermarket. So, we just need the sweets, right? Do me a favor and don't spend hours trying to choose some, okay? I know what you're like with candy. Hey! Grumpy. Or unfunny. Well, I guess I could try to make one that says grumpy, but then... Well, one, I'd have to actually find the sprite with no background, and then I have to get the font right. It's not my fault I've got a sweet tooth. Oh? Whose fault is that, then? She sticks her tongue out at me. Hey, we're in Santa's convenience store. Hey Pikachu! Hey sold out sign! As predicted, Sayori is beyond excited. It's because Pikachu's here? Like a real kid in a candy store. Well, she's technically not in a candy store, but that saying doesn't really sound as good when it's a supermarket, does it? Yeah, and it just sounds weird. Like a kid in a supermarket. Like, okay, so what's so special about having a kid in a supermarket? Wow, Daniel, there aren't any cookies here. I decide to humor her. Oh no, seriously? That's heartbreaking. I know! How could they call themselves a supermarket if they don't have any cookies? It's crazy, yeah. Anyway, we still have a lot to do when we get home, so let's make some choices now, shall we? Okay. We browse the selection, pondering which candy would be the best to buy. Hey Sayori, what's your favorite... Hey Sayori, what's your favorite flavor of licorice? Mine's chocolate. Strawberry! Why? Oh, no reason. Just wondering. Keep that in mind for later. Strawberry licorice it is. I'm going to keep this as a surprise for her. Oh. Okay. Although, doing these little thoughtful things for her makes me pause. Why? Sayori told me I always used to look out for her back when we still hung out. Did I really stop doing all that? That's what it sounds like to me. I find that kinda hard to believe, given how naturally I find looking out for her to be. Yeah. Maybe we'll get some more insight into this. I mean, considering this is the Sayori route now. I think these'll be okay, don't you think? She points into her bag, which is filled with an assortment of chocolates and other sweets. Chocolate? Did you say chocolate? There's milk chocolate in here. There's milk chocolate in here, toffee chocolates, peppermints, all sorts of stuff. People are gonna love it. They sure will. I'll just get some of my own candy, and then we can get a move on. Okay. We've still got a lot to do, don't forget. Don't forget. Looks like Sayori's got the chocolate side of things handled. I decide to go for the fruity sweets. Like Jolly Ranchers. Alright, I think that'll do. Aw, time to leave already? Yep, so say bye-bye to Pikachu. Could you do me a teeny tiny favor? Let me guess. The prophecy is coming true! Let me guess, buy you some cinnamon buns. How did you know? I don't know. The memes told me. So yes, the prophecy is being fulfilled! Whenever our parents took us out shopping together, you always used to ask your mom for the exact same thing. She blushes a little, turning away. I guess some things never change, right? I smile back at her. It's the little things with Sayori that really warm my heart. I'm definitely not complaining. Hands filled with candy, we head to the register to pay. The cashier gives us a stern look, like he's disapproving of all of the sugar we're carrying. Okay, well... It's my life, okay? I'll live it how I want to. Although, yeah, IRL, just make sure you don't overdo it on the sugar. Or else Santa will judge you. Sayori is totally oblivious, probably too busy thinking about which candy she can get away with eating. Okay, so that's everything. Let's head home and get started with the quotes. Okay, although I need to grab the goodie bags and ribbon from my place. Ah, yes. So, you should head home and get your computer up and running while I do that. That way, by the time I'm back at yours, you'll be good to go. She really has a knack for showing initiative when I least expect it. Her idea is pretty smart though, so I roll with it. Great thinking. Here, hand me the bookmarks so I can take them home. I'll see you in a bit. Just give me a buzz when you're outside. Sure thing! I make my way upstairs and boot up my computer, tossing the bookmarks onto the desk. As the machine whirs to life, I sit back idly thinking about literature. There's probably some really deep quotes out there. You just need to find them. I laugh softly to myself, imagining how much someone like Yuri would resonate with those wise words. She'll probably appreciate the quotes the most. For the second time today, the sound of the doorbell ringing jolts me back into reality. But I don't hear it. Once again, it's Sayori, who's clutching a large sack filled with a colorful assortment of gift bags. It looks like she's also she's literally carrying a rainbow. How do you carry a rainbow? Okay, no. Hi again! So, here they are! I lead her upstairs as she carries on being enthralled by all of the colors. Man, you really couldn't decide on a color, could you? There's so many pretty ones to choose between, Daniel. I figured you could help me choose, so I brought them all. Ooh, shall we go for the blue or these pink ones? But these green ones are really pretty too. Sayori, how many do we need? This one has little cinnamon decorations on it. The prophecy. Sayori. Sorry. How many do we need? 24. Good question. I think about 15 will do, right? Just to be on the safe side. She pulls out some ribbon from the sack. Unlike the gift bags, these are all one color, a very deep red. Like the red thread of fate. Yeah, I can't see anything wrong with that. Wanna help me with the quotes? I need some good ones. Sure. What about this one? Writing is its own reward. I mean, don't you feel good when you finish one of your poems? Because you accomplished something. Or don't you feel excited to show that you've written to people? Or don't you feel excited to show what you've written to people? Kinda, I guess. I think Yuri would really like that quote, though. So let's use that one. Well, I did it anyway. Well, it kind of made more sense to me. Just say it that way. Yeah, I'm with you on that. What about this one? There are three rules for writing a novel. Unfortunately, no one knows what they are. Okay. I don't get it. I don't get it. Neither do I, to be honest. What do you mean you don't get it? What do you mean, what do you mean? But I like the humor, and it strikes me as something people might find funny. I don't know. I think it's something Monica or Yuri might find amusing. I'll trust your judgment. I like this one a lot. There's no real ending. It's just a place where you stop the story. It actually reminds me of a thought I had about poetry. Oh? Yeah, to me, a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. That's kinda profound. Something I'd expect from Yuri. Like I said, you don't give her enough credit. So, what does it actually mean? Can't you see? It means that just because the poet has stopped writing, it doesn't mean that the poem is over. Well, if you say so, Sayori. I think a lot of people will appreciate this one. What do you think? There is something quite delicious about writing the first words of a story. You never quite know where they'll take you. I think so too. That one's so... It makes you feel a sense of wonder, doesn't it? Exactly the kind of feelings a good story should make you feel. Wow, I sound like Yuri, don't I? And you haven't even been hanging out with her that much. A little bit. She's rubbing off on you, huh? I wonder, if I had gone with Natsuki the first time around, would this have been any different? I have no idea. Does that mean I'll start sounding intelligent? And will I be using very complex and sophisticated language? Sayori chuckles, her eyes full of mirth. Her laughter is so innocent and sweet. You already do, Daniel. What? Ah, come on, Sayori. That's not true. My poems aren't anywhere near as good as yours. Mine aren't anything special. Don't be silly. But I'm sure you'll be a great poet in no time. Well, I'll believe it when I see it, I guess. With my own eyes. No more lies. Anyway, let's get these printed and start putting together the goodie bags. Okie dokie! Okie dokie, let's dokie dokie. After finding a few more quotes, we get to work. We have all the items ready to go. Now it's just a case of putting a bookmark, quote, and candy in each bag, then tying them up with a piece of ribbon. We get to work, a comfortable silence descending upon the room. As we progress, I realize how happy I've been all day. It's not been anything fancy, just going into town with Sayori, but even that has put me in good spirits. Because she's good for your heart. Spending time with someone, joking around, reflecting on old memories. I mean, I'm only half joking with that, but, you know, if you have someone like that in your life, well, they literally lift up your spirits, and they can make even the most mundane tasks seem a little more eventful, so to say. This weekend has been miles better than how my weekends typically go. Boring, filled with aimless gaming and anime. I've missed this. I've missed this a lot. I really have. And most of all, I've missed Sayori. Today has taught me that I'm determined to spend more time with her. I'm never gonna let you go. After all, I think she's enjoyed it too. There's a lot to catch up on, so I suppose we'll have plenty to say and do over the upcoming weeks and months. You've been pretty quiet, Daniel. Are you okay? And there it is, that defining trait of hers. Always being concerned about others' well-being. I'm lucky to have someone like her in my life. What? Oh, I'm fine, yeah. Sorry, just been doing a lot of thinking. About what, if I can ask? Just about today. I've really enjoyed it. Hanging out with you again. It's been a while, hasn't it? It has! I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I was gonna say that I did too. I haven't had this much fun in a while. Hearing that lifts my spirits even further, something I didn't think was possible. You know, I'm genuinely happy to hear that. I haven't told anyone, but I love you and I want to marry you! Okay, no. Sayori looks at me, her blue eyes swimming with concern. Those beautiful blue eyes. Truth be told, I've been kind of lonely. Ever since my parents' divorce, I haven't really had much contact with people. And spending time with you today, it's been refreshing. A really nice change of pace, you know? A change from spending the weekend by myself, playing games. Aw, I'm so sorry, Daniel. I had no idea you felt this way. You should have told me earlier that you were so lonely. But, well, he probably might have been afraid to even do that if he was thinking to the effect of, should I really go and bother her? I mean, I haven't really properly spoken to her in years and whatever and whatever. At least that's how I sometimes feel. It almost feels awkward to me, like, yeah, I haven't spoken to this person in a while. Would they really be okay with me suddenly waltzing out of the blue and being like, hey, how's it going? And whatever, you know? Would they be okay with that, or would that kind of annoy them? You know? You never know. At least that's if I was in that situation. I'd be a little bit worried about, am I bothering her? Is she gonna be okay with me suddenly showing up again after having been out of her life for so long? I hate that I couldn't help you before. No, it's okay, seriously. It's not your fault or anything. I've just been really reclusive myself. And I've really enjoyed the literature club so far. Just being able to spend time with people my age again, discover a new hobby, I appreciate it more than I can describe. You've all been super welcoming. I know I'm no poet or anything, but that didn't bother any of you. Well, I'm glad you feel included at the club. That's exactly what we want the club to be. Welcoming. And I'm gonna make sure you're never lonely again, okay? Well, then I'm gonna make sure you're never lonely again either. Okay, well. Gotta put a smile on your face, you hear me? Let's put a smile on that face. Okay, no, not like that. We're not the Joker. Can't have you being sad. The same goes for you, young lady. Starting with this. What? She reaches toward me and starts tickling me, her hands ghosting over my neck and chest. Ghosting? I recoil instinctively, laughing like a small child. Hey! Stop that! You know that I'm ticklish. My laughter must be a catalyst for her tickling, because as she hears it, she doubles her efforts, a childlike grin on her face. I'm squirming and howling with laughter, almost running out of breath. Please, Sayori, I can't breathe, just give me a second. She pauses, giving me a chance to catch my breath. Good, she's fallen for my decoy. Surprise tickle attack! I dart forward, pulling her arms away from me and driving her towards the bed, pinning her beneath me. It's time to enact some revenge. Revenge! What? No! You tricked me! No fair! Poor little Sayori, bamboozled by the mastermind Daniel. Or we could always go with the other laugh that I can do. Okay, well. Please, have mercy! What was that? Sorry, I didn't catch that. You'll have to speak up. Oh, hello. I playfully feign deafness as I carry on tickling her. Her laughter is like music to my ears. She's squirming under my fingertips, crying with mirth. To see such a big smile on her face, even if it's kinda involuntary, it's such a nice sight to see. Her laugh has such an innocent, joyful ring to it. Hearing it transports me back 10 years, back when we had that carefree level of innocence only childhood could have. Please, seriously, I can't breathe. She does sound short of breath, and I've been tickling her for a while. I think I've had my revenge. Revenge! It's only when I stop tickling her that I realize the situation we're in. I'm sitting on top of her, pinning her down with my legs. One of my hands rests where her neck meets her shoulder, and the other one is wrapped around her waist. The other one is wrapped around her waist. As the laughter from both of us subsides, a new atmosphere takes its place. It's not exactly awkward, but it's unusual, and neither of us know how to react. I meet Sayori's gaze and find something in her eyes. What exactly is it? I wish I could read that expression, but the novelty of this situation makes me so unsure. Expectant? Was Was that the word I was looking for? I don't know. To anyone looking in, this probably wouldn't look as innocent as we think it does. Probably. I mean, I saw this and I'm like, okay, well, we're kind of treading on dangerous ground now. I hasten to climb off her, and she responds by sitting up on the bed, the completed goodie bags all but forgotten. Sorry, No, it's okay. She responds quite quickly. It isn't just me who sensed something in the atmosphere. No, she probably felt that as well. The atmosphere is becoming more and more awkward by the moment. Awkward. What exactly happened? You know what happened. Anyway, I'm glad we managed to get the goodie bags finished. Oh yeah, me too. They were a lot of fun to make. I just hope the other students like them. I'm glad she's able to roll with the change of topic. Just like that, some of the awkward air is dispelled. Monica will be pleased too. A lot of effort went into these. I know she'll appreciate what we've done. I think Yuri will love the quotes too. Some of those really reminded me of her. What about Natsuki? Not just me who thought that then. How are you feeling about the actual recital though? I mean, I knew I probably seemed pretty enthusiastic when Monica asked us. But you're kinda nervous now? Yeah, I guess. It'll be okay though. I mean, I have my poem, and I sorta know how I want it to go, so I think with a little more practice, it'll be fine. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I know the worst that can happen. I've seen this at least 3 times already. Let's not think about that. What about you, Daniel? Aren't you nervous? Truthfully, yeah. I don't have Monica's confidence, sadly. But hey, I really like the club, and this is my chance to give something back to it, right? Yeah, that's a great attitude to have. That's the spirit. Besides, I have an excuse to be bad. Oh, you. I'm new, and nowhere near as experienced as you guys, so that's my justification if my performance isn't that great. Daniel, all you have to do is practice, okay? Or, Daniel, your performance will be just as good as ours. I know it. It's nice to have someone believe in me, I guess. Thank you, Sayori. Believe in the Sayori that believes in you. No problem. I probably should get going, though. Need to practice my poem and stuff. Yeah, that reminds me. I should probably do the same. Do you want to take the goodie bags? Sure. Okay, I'll put them in a sack for you. 1 second. I rummage around, finding a big bag big enough for all of the smaller ones. Handing the big one over to Sayori, we both head downstairs. As she hovers by the doorway, she turns around to face me. There's a shyness on her face. What? Oh, by the way... Yeah? Thanks for today, Daniel. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. Hey, that's alright. I really enjoyed myself too. We should make this a more regular thing. Her face lights up, so happy. Yeah, I like the sound of that. I'll see you tomorrow for the festival, okay? That you will. See you tomorrow, Sayori. As she waves and walks off, bag in hand, it takes me a few moments to identify what it is I'm feeling inside. Love. Happiness. Love, life, and happiness. All the things that you do best. And I keep telling you, baby, you can keep the rest. Just give me the love, life, and happiness. Okay, well, Something as simple as going to town and making goodie bags with Sayori. It made me feel really warm inside. How is it taking me this long to realize? Oh no. Okay, well, at that point, nothing of any relative importance happened whatsoever. Except the chibis that are just jumping around. Okay, the day of reckoning is upon us. So, let's see, ludicrous speed. Let's see, Sayori, where have you been? We could have been late for school. I know, sorry. Don't tell me you ate the goodie bags. Overslept again? Or couldn't decide what to have for breakfast again? She immediately pouts. Unfunny. You're such a meanie sometimes. You know my teasing is all in good fun, right? I'm not really a jerk. She mumbles something under her breath. Madam Fortress Mommy. What would the guy version of Madam Fortress Mommy be? Mr. Fortress Daddy? Okay, no, let's not go there. Of course! Of course! By the way, I double-checked the little bags. They're all in here. She gestures to the large sack, a bright smile evident on her face. Good stuff, Sayori. People are gonna love them. That was a really good idea. Candy, bookmarks, and literature quotes. Perfect things to give out from our event. Uh-huh. Something for everyone. A little something for everyone. Although, I'm kinda nervous for the festival. Well, be afraid. Be very afraid. Honestly, I don't blame you for that. It's kind of nerve-wracking, isn't it? You have no idea what you're in for. I mean, I know how much it means to Monica, but at the same time, I don't really realize how intimidating... dang it. But at the same time, I don't really realize how intimidating reciting poetry to a bunch of strangers can be. Okay, well... yeah, that sentence sounds right. Yeah, I was all for it back in the club room, but now that the actual day is here... She looks a little nervous. I reach over and give her a squeeze on the shoulder. We'll be fine, don't worry. I know how much you like poetry, plus your poems are great. I just hope my own performance is up to standard. Oh, don't be silly, Daniel. They'll love your poem, I just know it. I chuckle, admiring the definitive optimism that really makes Sayori, well, Sayori. Guess we'll find out. By the way, are you doing anything after the festival? Anything fun? Why, Daniel? Are you asking me out on a date? Okay, well, to be continued. Okay, let's see what we have here. Sayori, do you mind handing me Sayori, do you mind handing me that sack you've got? I'll help you distribute all of the stuff inside it. Okay, here you go. Peering inside, I catch sight of a few small, colorful bags, neatly tied shut with ribbons. Just as I remember, her handiwork from yesterday really shows. I pull one out. Yuri and Monica notice the little bags, looking on with interest. So these are what you and Daniel have been working on over the weekend, Sayori. I love how these look. You both did a fantastic job. Oh, it's mostly Sayori. I couldn't do the ribbon part if my life depended on it. I'm sure the contents are just as impressive as the exterior. What sort of things did you choose for the quotes? Well, I have to do it. Funny. We had a lot of fun with that. She delicately opens one of the little bags, fishing out a quote.
It's perfect to write garbage, as long as you edit it brilliantly.
Well, it's not brilliant if your tongue stops working.
It's perfectly okay to write garbage, as long as you edit it brilliantly. Wait, I didn't put this one in!
What? Oh yeah, that one was mine. I thought it was kind of funny. Here's the funny lady. Funny lady, do you enjoy this funny quote? No, she doesn't. I have no honor! Okay, well. Monica giggles, whereas Yuri and Sayori look like they're trying to figure out what the punchline is. Okay, yeah, I guess there's some little grammatical errors here and there, but, well, I'll try not to point them out, but anyways. Well, 1 out of 3 isn't so bad. How about this one? I hastily open another bag, picking out the quote. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain just gets fixated on a specific point. Huh? Just force yourself to get something out on the paper and tidy it up later. What do you think about this one, Monica? Okay, well, I know that was one of her writing tips in the original game.
I like that one a lot, Daniel. After all, it's pretty much true. If you never start, you can't make any progress. Keeping your pen in the same spot would just result in a big puddle of ink.
Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, does she even talk about this writing tip of the day in the poem segment? I don't even remember now. Well, I guess that's what I get for trying to go at everything through ludicrous speed.
We couldn't find out who said that, which is a shame.
What do you mean? I know who said it, and she's right next to you.
Oh, have you guys tried the candy?
Don't you think you should save those for the people we made the bags for, Sayori?
Oh yeah.
Natsuki's irritated voice rings over from across the classroom.
Hey, if you guys are finished over here, can you actually sort Sayori's stuff out? You know, we do have a festival to prepare for.
She huffs, and the rest of us share a guilty grin. Natsuki's right.
I suppose Natsuki raises a valid point.
Yeah, let's get to it then. We each delve into the sack and scoop up the little bags, going around the classroom and setting them down on each desk. We printed out a few spare quotes to put around the classroom, and it's not like before a few desks bear the wise words of writers and poets alike. Sayori wanders over to the front door and sticks one of the quotes there. I'm impressed by her thinking. Everyone will see the quote that way. It doesn't take long to distribute all of the little bags around the room. Out of the corner of my eye, I spot Sayori trying to sneakily open a bag and pop a candy into her mouth. Not today! Naturally, she drops the chocolate. Some things never change. Well, I was right. Not today. Okay, well. And now, the day of reckoning is here! What? Okay. Let's see, knowing that I'm included in something with people like you guys always makes me feel better. Apart from Sayori on Sunday, I haven't told anyone about how lonely I've been feeling. Oh yes. Because obviously we didn't spend the weekend with Sayori in the other 2 routes. So naturally Sayori was totally in the dark about this. I'm a little nervous about how the others will react. They all turn to me, varying degrees of emotion on their faces. Except Sayori, she's just happy. So happy. Natsuki impassively looks to the side, while Yuri gives me an expression of concern. Yuri gives me an expression of concern. Sayori looks a little sad, remembering our conversation about this. Sayori looks a little sad. A little sad. That's still not sad enough. Okay, what is wrong with me?
It's okay, Daniel. We can change that, remember? Like I said, I'm so happy that you feel welcome here. It's exactly what we wanted. I agree. No one should feel alone. I know it's quite a difficult thing to experience.
You and me both, Yuri. You and me both. I feel a warm flush of gratitude at their words. Thanks, guys. That means a lot. Also, Monica, I told Sayori this earlier and I figured out you might appreciate hearing this. Well, no matter how the festival goes, I just wanted to say thank you to all you guys. Thanks to you guys, that lonely feeling has disappeared. I don't want to be lonely anymore. You've all been so welcoming and accepting, and believe me, I'm really appreciative of that. And now time to ruin this heartfelt moment with ludicrous speed. Okay, it's time for public humiliation! Shiori. Okay, the argument. Okay, so last time I went with Natsuki for, well, Yuri's route. I guess this time I'm gonna go with Monica. You know, I guess to kind of balance it out a little bit. And plus, I mean, I would like to think that maybe... I just hit my elbow. Let me see here. Okay, festival... Argument... Monica... Since we're trying to get on Sayori's good side, and since Monica has been the one really helping her through her depression, well, in theory, I would like to think trying to get on Monica's good side will also somehow trickle down and get on Sayori's good side as well. Okay, well, time to go ludicrous speed. Okay, so he woke up on the weekend thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna be late for school! And then, yeah. So let's see here. Nice change of pace from staying on the computer all day. Pasty pale complexion, that way I don't look like Robert Pattinson from Twilight. At least the weather isn't bad today. It's a regular sunny day, not too hot and not too cold. It's just me, my bag, and... come to think of it, I don't even know where I'm headed to. Maybe I'll text Sayori to see how she's doing, although she's probably not awake yet anyway. I haven't hung out with her in a while, and it might prove to be a nice surprise for her. Actually, the more I think about it, the more appealing the idea sounds. I imagine the festival fiasco probably upset her, given how much she cares about the club and the other girls. Don't mention that name! Can't hurt to see if she's okay and take her mind off of it. Besides, I can't imagine she really has much going on either. You don't know. You don't know her life. Well, in a sense, yeah, you've been out of her life for like 4 or 5 years. She could be a very busy woman, you know. Okay, well. I dig out my phone and shoot her a message. Hey Sayori, what's up? No reply. Oh well. I checked the time. Knowing Sayori, she's probably still sleeping. I suppose anything before noon is considered early for her. Then again, I'm not much better. The only reason I'm up so early on a Saturday is because I thought it was a school day. I chuckled to myself. My parents would definitely be surprised if they learned I was up before midday on a Saturday. Dad used to joke around and call me nocturnal, like I was a vampire. Okay. I hope you don't mean like the sparkly fairies in Twilight. Thinking about it, given my sleep cycles, he wasn't wrong. I'm a vampire. A shame I don't have the ability to turn into a bat, though. I want to suck your blood. Or super speed. Well, at least the weather's nice. Well, if you were a vampire, you'd be burning alive right now. It's early October now, which is the best of both worlds. As in, it's not quite as hot as when it was in the summer, and the real bite of winter hasn't kicked in yet. Ah, yes, that is my favorite time of the year. It's fairly warm, with fluffy white clouds accompanying the blue skies. Name drop. Perching down on a bench, I aimlessly flick through my phone while I await Sayori's reply. Keep waiting. Oh. Well, he didn't have to wait for much longer. Finally, my phone goes off.
Hi, Daniel. Sorry about the delay. I just woke up, lol.
Called it. Don't worry about it. Just wondered if you wanted to go to the park or something. It's a nice day, after all.
Sure thing. Which one?
The second one. Oh, you'll see. I'll keep it a surprise. Surprise!
Sounds fun. Just give me a few minutes to get ready, okay?
Yep, just let me know when you're dressed and I'll meet you outside your house.
Alrighty.
As I slip my phone back into my pocket, I start to aimlessly plan what we'll get up to. There's a park near our house. When we were children, it was almost like a second home to us. So much time spent exploring. We used to get tons of ice cream at the playground after working the puppy dog eyes on our parents. In fact, I think it was at that very park that I first met Sayori. Something about ice cream? I'm not even surprised we met, and initially bonded over food. Good times. Good times. Another notification.
Okay, I'm good. Coming out now.
With Sayori in tow, we make our way over. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. Or park-bound, actually. Already, I'm reminded of the time we spent together on last Sunday. I'm hoping today is just as enjoyable. Although last time, she got to learn a little more about me. I didn't get to learn much about her. Well, in the time we've been apart, I've got no idea about how she's finding school, what her interests are, her plans for the future, all that stuff. I know nothing about you!
So, I know that you said it's meant to be a surprise, but can I get a teeny tiny hint?
Should I?
Please? After all, it is super early.
It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, well, never mind. I checked my watch. It's 11:30. As my aunt would say, practically most of the day has gone by. Sayori, it's almost noon. It's almost high noon.
Yeah, super early.
I mean, she's not wrong. Well, at least you're not talking to my aunt about that. She would argue otherwise. I suppose you've got a point. Alright. I lean in conspiratorially. Oh, like... Okay. This is super top secret stuff.
Understood, Agent.
If I gave you the code name Childhood, where would you think? She scrunches up her face, fiddling with a strand of hair in her hands.
Oh, I know.
Is she going to get it on her first try? I'll be mighty impressed. You gotta give her more credit, I'm telling you.
You're not taking me back to elementary school, are you?
Okay, fine. You win this one. But still, give her more credit. Yes, yes, we're taking you back to elementary school. We need to take you back to kindergarten. Well, that hope got shot down. I can't help but sigh. Meanwhile, I'm just laughing.
No? Worth a try.
Why would we be taking you back to elementary school? I'll give you another hint. Do you remember where we first met?
It wasn't elementary school, was it?
No. If you say that one more time, I swear I will... Actually, I don't know what I'll do.
Kidding, kidding. You're kind of fun to wind up sometimes, you know? makes a change from you always being a meanie to me.
She's angry. You love it, really. Or, you really love it. It's the only way I can get you back from all those tricks you used to play on me, you know? Her bag of tricks.
Tricks? I don't know what you're talking about.
Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. That innocent childlike grin is back on her face. Alrighty, I'm glad I decided to text her instead of going back to sleep. What about the time you told my mom that I threw that tennis ball at you so she'd make me give you my candy? Oh. Or that one time we climbed a tree and got stuck. Well, we already heard about this story. I told you it'd be too high, but you didn't listen. My dad had to get us down. I grin. Although that climb was pretty fun. The view was incredible. Too bad we just couldn't get down afterwards.
See? It wasn't all bad.
I know. It was all good-natured. We used to get up to so much mischief. Mischief managed.
We sure did. Anyway, I think I know where we're going. Paku Park, right?
Ah, so there is something in that head of yours after all then, huh? Seriously, stop being so mean. Well, okay, I know he's just doing it in good fun, but still.
Hey!
At least to me, since it's kind of hard for me to try joking around with someone like that unless I know for sure the person is cool with that. And even then, I still feel kind of mean doing that. And so here we are.
Aw, I love this place. Haven't been here in so long.
Yeah, me neither. We take a seat on a wooden bench, which affords us a lovely view of the park around us. Children are playing all sorts of ball games as their parents chat amicably. Dogs are running around as their owners laugh and chase them. I smile. Here with Sayori, I truly feel like I'm at home. Chewy. We're home. Figured it'd do the both of us good to take a trip down memory lane, eh? Especially after that fiasco of the festival and everything. Don't mention that name!
Yeah.
From the change of her tone and expression, the festival still looks like it's bothering her. Then why did you mention it? You should have just said nothing about it. That's why I say don't mention that name. I can't blame her. All of the members are feeling it. They're really feeling it. I was hoping by now things would
go back to how they used to?
Yeah, that. I mean, yeah, the festival was a bit of a failure, but the club is still a nice little place for us five, right? We're the Runaway Five. Sayori looks ahead, idly poking at a twig with her feet.
Yeah, it is. I just really wish people weren't so mean.
You and me both, Sayori. You and me both. I've already hinted at this in other videos, but yeah, I had to deal with so much bullying growing up. And I always hated that. And I always asked my grandma, why are people so mean? I never did anything to them. Why are they being so mean to me? And that was back when I was, very young, naive, and I wanted to try and be everyone's friend, and so it just really hurt me deeply, since I wanted to be everyone's friends, but then they were so mean to me. So I'd always run to my grandma and just say, why are they so mean to me? They did this and this to me. She'd tell me that they were just being idiots. So, yeah, some of my grandma's words of wisdom.
We all practiced super hard, too. All that for nothing.
Hey, come on, Sayori. It's not like you to be so depressing. We shouldn't dwell too much on that anyway. What's done is done, right? Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Besides, I want today to be a good day. She blinks as a slightly shameful look crosses her features.
Yeah, you're right, Daniel. Sorry.
Nah, don't apologize. After all, it was me who brought it up, so I can't really talk. Yes, it's your fault for bringing up the thing that we can't speak about. Anyway, I brought you here because I know this place means a lot to you. I was worried you might be upset, so I was hoping this could cheer you up.
Daniel, you didn't have to do that.
Well, that, but most importantly, I just needed an excuse to get out of the house. So you're my accomplice now. She pokes me in the ribs as I laugh. And besides, spending time with you on Sunday made me realize that we have a lot to catch up on. She giggles. I guess both of us don't know where to start. It's almost like we've just met and don't know what to say to each other. In a strange way, I guess that is the case to some extent. I guess I'll start. Hi, I'm Daniel. Nice to meet you, young miss. You know, I've always been curious as to why you joined the literature club. I didn't really think poetry was your thing. She leans forward, resting her chin on her knees.
Well, Monica and I are actually in the same class. She's the one who told me about it. In a way, I guess I was kind of like you.
Like me?
Like me. Yeah, as in, I didn't really think much of poetry. It's not like I didn't like it, or it's not that I didn't like it, I just didn't think too much about it. But as I joined, and Monica told me more and more about literature, about how poetry can be a really nice way to express yourself, I loved it. Anyone can write poetry, and that's what I really like.
Even I can write poetry. Like when I wrote that poem about linear regression.
It doesn't matter who you are, what your interests are, or how good you are. There's something for everyone.
Interesting. Yuri, Monica, and Sayori all appreciate poetry for different reasons. I mean, it makes sense to me. Everyone has their own outlets and their own logistics behind them. I get the sense that Yuri likes poetry as it gives her an opportunity to express deep, complex stuff. Monica seems to be on a similar wavelength to Yuri, but I think she prefers abstract stuff more. Then again, I guess Yuri also uses a lot of abstract themes in her poems. Who knows? I'm still an amateur. Sayori notices my chuckle.
What's up?
Nothing. I was just thinking about how everyone in the club seems to appreciate different things in poetry. What else? Sayori has a faraway look in her eyes as she asks the next question. Blah.
I remember we used to think alike in so many ways. Like when we used to look at the clouds. We'd see a lot of similar things in the sky. So I wonder, do we still do that?
I grin. I had totally forgotten how much we used to enjoy cloud watching back in the day. Every time I remember something more from our childhoods, it brings a smile to my face. So this truly brings a smile to my face. Cloud watching perfectly captured that innocent, carefree sense of nostalgia. I'd totally forgotten about that. We really let our imaginations run wild, didn't we? And the best thing is, it worked.
Yeah, clouds are so cool like that. What about that one?
Okay. She takes my outstretched finger in her hands and points it at a specific spot. Aha! Yeah, I can see that one now. That one looks like a fish. I guess it kind of does.
Aw, it's so small. Look at that one. It kind of looks like a little frog. This is what I love about clouds. They're so... What's the word?
Cloudy? Ow! You really like poking me in the ribs, don't you?
I was trying to think of the right word. I heard Yuri say it once.
Then it must be a big sophisticated word.
Versatile?
Yes, versatile. You could literally make anything out of the cloud shapes, so yes, they are versatile.
I think that means that something is... I forgot. Well, it sounds like it fits.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Pretty cool how different people see different things when they look at the exact same one.
I wonder what the other girls would see.
Fluffy kittens for Natsuki, and something spooky with Yuri.
You've really gotten to know them well, huh? What do you think Monica would see?
A piano? I mean, you can interpret a cloud however you want, right? Yes, it looks just like a piano. I'm just thinking of stuff that reminds me of her.
Well, I'm happy that we still cloud gaze the same way.
Yeah, that makes two of us. I was kind of worried that maybe we'd, I don't know, drifted too far apart. So much so that we'd be totally different people. But that doesn't seem to be... that doesn't look to be the case. Okay, yeah, that's still right.
Yeah. By the way, Daniel, I've been meaning to ask you. How are you doing in school?
I'm an idiot. Gee, Sayori, that's a kind of boring question, don't you think?
You just don't want to tell me you have bad grades, don't you? Don't try and worm out of this one, mister. I still worry about you, you know? I just want to know if you're doing fine, that's all.
Well, there's nothing to worry about. I'm doing just fine. You sound a bit like Mom.
I can't tell if that's a compliment or an insult.
A mystery we'll take to our graves, eh? Just like that other mystery and... Dang, I already forgot which timeline that was in. Well, whatever. I think it was in one of the Yuri timelines. Her subsequent pout makes me chuckle. This also puts a smile on my face. Just because she looks so cute. If I got you a popsicle, would that make you less pouty with me? It'll make her grumpy go away. Okay, you're turning into Natsuki.
You think you can change my mood with food, huh?
Yes. In fact, I know I can change your mood with food. Because you're always in the mood for food.
Depends on the flavor.
Vanilla, or no. There's no vanilla popsicles, are there? Oh well, strawberry. Or cherry. Mental note to self. If Sayori is ever actually annoyed with me, just get her something sweet. Who knows when that information will come in handy later. Is this foreshadowing? Do I have to make a choice that involves this? Also, FYI, yeah, like I said, I'm going into this completely blind. I haven't done any research on this route whatsoever right now. Oh, here we are. Well, this is the first time we've been here, technically. The more I think about it, perhaps I was wrong to worry we'd have changed too much. After all, I'm pretty much still the same person. 6 or so years isn't that much time, I guess. One thing that hasn't changed is how much she loves to explore, and how her imagination accommodates that. Forests weren't just forests. They were part of a magical land, inhabited by an array of mythical creatures. Oh, we're at a beach now. Okay. Beaches weren't just sand and sea. They were a tropical paradise, home to countless happy childhood memories. Searching for crabs, aimlessly splashing in the sea, checking out hidden coves. Okay, yeah, that definitely sounds pretty good. Sayori would even transform our homes into something they weren't. We used to jump from sofa to sofa, chair to chair, pretending the floor was lava. Oh, my cousin and I used to do that a lot. Hey, Saitama. That game never got old. I'm pretty sure that every kid on the planet has played it too. Yep, I can confirm my cousin and I used to. But that was such a long time ago. You know something, Sayori? She's slightly ahead of me, ducking under a tree branch. We're now in the forest part of the park. I've had a sudden realization as to why your poems are so good. They're not that good. No, seriously. Your imagination has always been super strong. All those games we used to play as children, you were always part of your own little world. And it shows in your poems. I'm glad you picked up on it. Writing poems is half the fun. The other half is showing them to people. Especially when they like what you've written. What's your thought process while you write your poems? Like, how do you write them? Yeah, I already told you how I write mine, so tell me how you write yours. I just go with my heart. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. I guess it's kind of tricky to explain. I think it just depends on my mood. Like, when I wrote Dear Sunshine, I was in a pretty good mood. More like you were hungry, given you wrote it while you were eating breakfast. I want breakfast. I was in a good mood because I was eating breakfast. Anyway, so with bottles... Well, I guess I was thinking about how much I want people to be happy. So that's the answer to your question. It just depends on my mood and what I happen to be thinking about. I wonder how the others do it. You know, we never did... Well, he never asked he never asked Yuri or Natsuki how they did that. Oh well. That's another secret we'll never know the answer to. Yeah, me too, actually. Would be kind of interesting to see how you all approach poetry. Although, I think I wouldn't be able to understand how someone like Yuri does it. Her poetry still goes over my head. Yeah. It kind of does for me too sometimes. Like how I was completely wrong with the last one in the previous video. Good to know I'm not the only one! Although, what about your fairy tale poem? Oh yes, the big one. What was your thought process behind that one? Oh, that one. There's an immediate shift in the atmosphere. There wasn't really one. I just felt like writing it, I guess. But you said you write your poems based on what you're thinking of, or feeling, at the same time, right? Well, I can already guess maybe how she was feeling at that point. What about you, Daniel? How do you write yours? But I told you how I write mine. Well, obviously you couldn't hear me. I should have known she would be a little cagey about that one. Thinking back to her behavior on Friday, I guess it's to be expected. Just what is it about that poem and her behavior that bothers me so much? Because it's literally a cry for help and how depressed and unhappy she's feeling. Is it because it shows a side to Sayori that's totally new to me? One that I'm not used to? Yes. Or because I know there's still something she isn't telling me? Yes. Daniel? Huh? Oh, sorry, I was spacing out a little bit. I was thinking about bungee jumping. Well, I guess I'm similar to you, I suppose. Except really, I just have this guy who chooses these magic words from a word bank so he can make the little chibi versions of you happy. I just pick a bunch of words that best describe what I'm thinking about, then write a poem based on those. He's not lying. He's not lying. To be honest, I'm not really experienced enough to give you a proper answer. I kind of make it up on the spot. And if I mess up, sometimes I reload a save. But it's worked so far, so I'm not complaining. And thankfully, I don't have to do that anymore. So I don't have to be worrying, oh my god, am I doing this right? Oh no. Let's see, Sayori pauses, looking around at the cups between us. I actually haven't seen this word. And I almost misread it as something else, and I was like, oh my god, what is going on? She walks up to a large tree and plants herself down in front of it. Well, this music is playing, so we know that something heartfelt and possibly sad is going to happen. I follow suit, resting my back against the sturdy trunk, admiring the soft rays as they penetrate the branches.
What you said reminds me of something Monica once told me. Something about if you don't have confidence, just fake it until people believe you do.
She turns to face me, a thoughtful expression on her face.
Sometimes I wonder if she really is confident, or it's all just a show.
Well, I kind of know a little bit about the real Monica. Well, this universe's Monica.
I get the feeling that sometimes you can never tell with people.
I blink. That was remarkably insightful for Sayori. What did I just tell you? A more reflective mood seems to have fallen upon her. No idea, to be honest. She seems pretty genuine. I mean, she was like this when I first met her as well, so that would be an awful long time to wear that mask. Yeah. But have you ever stopped to consider that she's been forced to wear that mask for just so long? And it's like that proverb that Yuri talked about once, the three faces. The one that we show to the public, the one that we show to our close friends, and finally the one that only ourselves see. That is our true face, that no one else can see. I wouldn't have expected that sort of question from you, though. Why'd you ask? She smiles mischievously.
Sometimes it's nice to surprise people.
What'd you mean?
Well, let me ask you, Daniel. If you had to describe me in a few words, which words would you choose?
You better choose some good words. Bubbly, and, lighthearted, and adventurous. I've always seen you as quite kind, given how you're always concerned with how happy other people are. I guess your most definitive trait is your happiness. Oof. Like, you always seem so cheerful, at ease with the world. Oh my god. I kind of wish I could be like that sometimes. Well, I did say in the last episode I'm not supposed to start feeling sad until 3 hours. And it's almost been 3 hours. Ugh. Yeah. I'm just here like, if only you knew. Although from what I've picked up on, just like everyone else, you seem down from time to time. Right? She looks on ahead, a faraway look on her face. It's not exactly sad, but there's an air of, wonder? Nostalgia?
See, that's what I mean. Everyone picks up on those things you mentioned, but they find to me asking this question a bit unlike me, if you get what I'm saying.
Essentially, quote-unquote, out of character for her.
I guess because of how I act in the literature club.
There we go, just think about the proverb from earlier. The one that the face she shows to everyone, the face she shows to her friends, and her true face that no one else ever sees.
Aside from with my poetry, I never really talk about deeper things, or things that aren't just aimlessly happy. I guess I don't want to bother people with that sort of stuff.
Bother them? Why would it bother them, Sayori?
Well, maybe that isn't the right word. Sorry, I've never really been that good at expressing myself in person. It's much easier to do it in a poem.
It's okay. I've never really been good at it either.
A lot of the time, I like to think about the past and how things used to be.
Yes. I find myself doing that from time to time.
I told Natsuki about this.
She giggles softly. Yeah, I read it right.
And Natsuki thinks I live in the past. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, do you?
Nah, if you're happy, what's the issue? It's only natural you want to think about the good times that brought a smile to your face, right? Like even now when I was thinking about my grandma and how she would comfort me when I needed her. Those were simpler times, and I loved those times. Unfortunately, my grandma's been gone for 15 years at this point, so you can tell that I still miss her. When we first started talking again, I used to look back on all our shared memories from all those years ago. From when we first met and bonded over ice cream, to me winning Mr. Cow for you, to helping you with homework. Okay, yeah, confirmed, Mr. Cow. I remember our parents used to say that we were pretty much inseparable.
Everyone has their happy thoughts which keep them going, right?
Stored away in bottles, eh?
Of course.
She sighs contentedly.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bore you or anything.
Bore me? Really, Sayori, you're sounding a bit like Yuri.
I haven't seen this side of you before, and I really like it.
As much as I enjoy our playful banter, this made for a really nice change of pace. Besides, I always like talking to you.
Thank you, Daniel. I worry about, well...
Sayori, people are always going to enjoy being your friend, even if you're not super chipper all the time. If they really care and value you, then obviously they're not going to care if you're putting on the face that you show everyone, the happy, bubbly, happy-go-lucky side to you. If they truly care about you, they'll be there for you, for the good times and the bad. At least, that is what I would like to think so. It's okay, seriously. Just be yourself. Don't hide anything. I'll be here, don't worry. I reach over and squeeze her hand, smiling reassuringly. Oh. Sayori noticeably fidgets, looking rather uneasy about something. Oh no, the music stopped. What's wrong?
Actually, there is something I could tell you. I don't know if it's a good idea, though.
My heart starts to race, as a million questions start whizzing around my head. Is this about Fairy Tale? Her behavior on Friday? Some other secret that's coming out of the blue? Or perhaps something else entirely? Sayori?
The truth is,
Oh, come on! If disappointment ever had a sound, it would sound like a ringing phone. Or it would just be me going, "Oh, come on!" With a groan, I fumble into my pocket, glaring at the offending object, as if I know it's responsible for ruining such a moment. Yeah, no kidding. It's my mother. Ugh. You couldn't have picked a better time, could you? I haven't spoken to her in a long time. In fact, last we spoke was before I joined the literature club. And considering in Yuri's route, she hardly ever interacted with him at all until she finally came back. You know? I'm really sorry, Sayori. I'm gonna have to take this. Oh my god. Poor Sayori. Well, anyways, a strange smile is on her face. She shakes her head. She probably thought, like, in a sense, saved by the bell. I don't have to say it anymore. The moment's gone. I'm saved from having to tell him that.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I just feel so bad for this girl. My heart really does hurt for her. Hi, Mom. Haven't spoken to you in a while. Hope you've been good. This better be important. Sayori was about to pour her heart out to me.
Daniel, it's been so long. Work has been so hectic over the past few weeks.
And there I was thinking you had forgotten about me. Just like you did in the Yuri timelines.
Don't be silly. I always worry about you.
I know, Mom. It was just a joke. It's joke!
Ah, you and your sarcasm. You must have gotten that from your father.
Really?
How have you been anyway? Are you eating well? Exercising daily? Drinking lots of what?
Whoa, slow down. Whoa, take it easy, man. I've been doing just fine. I've actually joined a club. They got jackets. Okay, no. We should totally get jackets.
Oh wow, that's wonderful. What kind of club is it?
Literature, funnily enough. Poems and stuff. Sayori told me about it, as she's the vice president.
I hope you stick with it.
I will, unless Monica decides to disband the club again, like in the Natsuki timelines. Yeah, I don't think the girls would forgive me if I left.
Girls, you said.
Uh-oh, spaghettios. Anyway, now's not a really good time as I'm just chilling with Sayori. Chilling like a villain. You know, at that park you always used to take us to.
Oh, you're with Sayori? How's she doing?
Well, that's what I was gonna find out until you called me. We're having a catch-up session, actually. She's not changed too much. Anyway, can I call you back later? Kinda cutting her off right now.
Of course. I have the evening off, so we can talk then, okay?
Sure thing.
Before I go, you are remembering to eat, right?
Oh my god, I forgot how to eat! I need to go get the funnel! I roll my eyes before realizing she can't see that. Yes, Mom, of course I'm remembering to eat. What am I? Going on a fast or something? Or do you think I'm 5? I see Sayori giggling out of the corner of my eye. If I were you, I'd be more concerned about Sayori. Oh, here we go. Lazy girl can't even get up. Oh my... Well, I'm sure if he really knew what was going on, he wouldn't be doing this. Lazy girl can't even get out of bed. You see... Well, I know he's taking it a little too far, but... Like I said, my heart really does go out to Sayori. I grin as I see her laugh turn into a childish frown.
Oh, stop teasing her, Daniel.
Yes, please stop teasing her about this. I don't care if you're joking or not.
You're so mean to her sometimes.
Yeah, you're kind of being mean to her right now, especially. Geez, you sound like her. Anyway, gotta go. Talk to you later, okay? Love you.
Love you too, bye.
I took my phone away and turned back to Sayori. Sorry about that. Had no idea she'd call.
It's okay. You haven't spoken to her in a while, so it was nice to hear you two talking again.
Anyway, what were you saying? We're not gonna know, are we? You wanted to tell me something? Sayori isn't sitting down by the tree anymore. She's standing up and looks ready to go. The moment's gone.
Oh, don't worry about that.
This poor girl.
It was nothing important.
Seriously. Well, I guess... minor spoiler, but... if you are ever going through depression, never ever think that it's nothing important. Do not bottle it up. Do not keep it to yourself. Tell someone you trust. Do not ever brush it off as something that's not important. And don't ever let anyone tell you to get over it in the worst case scenario. Anyways, you sure? It seemed kind of serious, because it was.
It's okay. I'm kind of hungry anyway. Can we stop by a cafe on the way home?
You literally just had a popsicle.
Well, you know what they say.
You know what they say. All toast is toast. And what would that be?
The fridge is a clear example of... the fridge is a clear example that what matters is on the inside.
I stare at her. Gee... what does that even have to do with anything?
It's about food?
You know what? Let's just go and get whatever you want. We'll be here for a while if I try to understand what goes on in Sayori's head. One tasty lunchtime meal later, Sayori's appetite is finally sated. It's getting late in the afternoon at this point. It's getting too late in the afternoon at this point. Hey, Sayori. Not that I didn't enjoy today, but I think I'm gonna have to call it there. There's an amount of homework I haven't even started yet that's due on Monday, and I don't think Sakurai is gonna be happy with me if it's late. He's gonna be there at you, like, if I can finish Super Smash Bros. Melee in less than 13 months or however long it took him to do it, without taking minimal breaks, you can finish this homework. Her face still has traces of chocolate all over it. She hastily attempts to wipe it off.
Oh, that's okay. I probably should do the same.
We've reached my house. Okay, well, I'll see you on Monday then. Have a good one. She waves cheerily.
Bye, Daniel. Thanks again for today.
No worries. Sorry I ruined it with a phone call.
You didn't. It's okay.
I wish I could spend the rest of the day with her, but unfortunately, my procrastination has caught up with me. What a fun evening this will be. So fun that nothing of any relative importance happened whatsoever. And alright, to avoid another almost 2-hour long video, I guess I will call it here. Oh, but first, Act 2. Past, Present, and Future. We have these little doodles of MC and Sayori admiring the clouds. And okay, now we have Sayori's text boxes here, and okay, good, the alarm stopped. Alright. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I will see you guys next time with whatever else I do. Stay golden, and later, folks.